What is going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with Marvel Strike Force's newest character now, Agent Venom, being added to the game, and the Red Star Orbs. So that said, we are going to be deep diving his kit overall today, taking a look at his T4 recommendations, what we recommend high level, and seeing how we do in the Red Stars, as well as, what is the Iso-8 that's going to make the most sense given his current kit and how he's going to synergize with the rest of the team. As you guys can see here, just as a quick overview, what he's bringing to the team is high damage and focus. His specialty really being clearing out waves of enemies with high damage and attacks, and he's going to be able to bypass enemies that have taunt and stealth as well, which is really good. As well as key highlights and raids specifically, he is going to be actually having that ability to be able to injure the enemy beyond that taunt and stealth, as I noted earlier. So that's really what he's bringing to the table. When we take a look at what's been released already with the Rebirth and they're lacking damage, well, that's exactly what he's bringing. He's also going to be granting them additional crit damage and as well as high raw stats and damage, so that way everybody's going to be stronger overall with him on the team. That said, guys, let's dive into the Red Stars and then we'll jump into the kit breakdown. Also, as a quick reminder, guys, just remember that, Agent Venom, there are 5 free shards of him on the store, so make sure you guys are going to the web store, the free claim Friday, claim that. So, it is also interesting, I filtered this by symbiote roster because I saw that in his tag category, he was actually given the symbiote categorization. So, it will be interesting in the future to see if this ever plays a factor into some potential rework with the symbiotes. Who knows, right? That said, let's now dive right into his kit for Agent Venom. So, starting things off, guys, Gunplay is his basic attack. You can see he's going to be attacking primary target for percentage damage. As we level this ability up, he's also going to be chaining his attack as well as applying defense down to the primary target as well as the secondary. So you can see here in raids more specifically though, it's going to chain to 2 adjacent targets instead. And again, having that defense down, the T4 here really being notable, adding that additional, extra turn. So 2 turns of defense down for anyone hit for the primary and secondary targets. I would, this is a very good ability, guys, and it active even outside of raids. I think this is a really good recommendation for a T4, but before I highly recommend that, let's take a look at its special and ultimate and passive, because generally those abilities do tend to be better as well, but for sure, this is a strong ability to recommend. You would not be losing value if you were to T4 it. Symbiotic Smackdown. So if with this special ability, he's attacking mainly for piercing damage as well as bonus attacking. Leveling this ability up, he also has the chance to actually flip positive effects to negatives on each additional strike. And you can see here that chance does go up with the level 5 and then level 6, always guaranteeing the flipping of the positive to negatives on the primary target. Keep in mind too, I do believe that this ability only attacks 1 enemy, so I'm just making sure here that I'm not missing that detail. But yeah, it looks like it is targeted towards 1 enemy, but again, the additional strikes and as well being able to flip that the positives to negatives to really benefit our side. And as well, the 50% piercing additional damage from the T4. To be honest, I think the value of this ability really does come the flipping and as well as the additional strike. So I don't know if the additional piercing would be needed. I would hold off on just level 6. I think this is pretty good already with itself, and as well as the bonus attacks and being able to flip. Bulletstorm is his ultimate ability here, attacking all enemies for 100% piercing in raids. If he has all the Rebirth allies, he's going to be also repeating this attack. this attack also cannot be dodged. So leveling this ability up, it's pretty simple in its essence. Essentially just a raw increase of damage. And the T4 here, adding an additional 25% for each positive and negative on the primary target. Yeah, this one really does make sense to add the T4 here. So level 7, high recommendation here. And then that said, now that we've assessed those ones, I do think Gunplay, the basic, is worth actually T4ing then. Combining the basic with the ultimate, having defense down and the piercing would just be absolutely devastating for the enemy waves. And then last but not least, guys, Symbiote Agent. So with this one, in raids, if he has his full Rebirth ally team with 3 or more, he's going to be attacking the most injured enemy for 100% damage, as well as ignoring the taunt and stealth. So really being focused on the damage aspect. And I noticed that too, watching the other content creators and the synergies we saw Rebirth, they were lacking damage, and this is going to be what he's going to be bringing to them. Because as well, passively, he's allowing them to get additional increase in damage raw stats. He's going to be also providing a sizable increase here in the crit damage as well. So I mean, you only do see that actually here in the T4. So you can see gaining the 5% per Rebirth ally, and as well they're going to be gaining additional raw damage. So this is just a straight up increase in raw damage for his entire team, as well as the crit damage percentage. So for that reason, guys, I highly would recommend bringing this all the way to level 5, because he's going to be also additionally ignoring the taunt and stealths regardless, really just targeting all the enemies that are in that position to be taken down. That said, it really does make sense to utilize his abilities to add vulnerability, right? He's going to be a character that's going to be scaling and allowing other allies to be able to kind of benefit off the vulnerability. For that reason, I think Skirmisher does make sense on him. The reason being is because the Skirmisher will allow his defense downs to actually stick. And as well, if you recall, his special ability here, being able to flip, he's going to have that higher percentage of focus to be able to actually apply that flipping. And that's really where the value can be coming from. You can also argue the case for Striker, because of him getting additional strikes in both his special and his ultimate. A Striker Iso-8 would also be very good, because he can get an additional opportunity to flip, as well as additional hits in, especially when he causes a lot of mayhem already with his piercing damage. So I don't think you can go wrong with Skirmisher or Striker, but really it's going to be dependent on the rest of the Rebirth team. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick video overview of the Red Stars, his kit, and as well as an Iso-8 assessment. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.